Have you ever held on to a decision so tightly that it started to haunt you? A what if, a choice you made, a path you didn't take, something you just couldn't stop replaying in your mind, even though it was slowly draining your peace. When you learn to let go, you finally learn to live in the now. This is the story of a man who carried the weight of his past choices, what-ifs, regrets, and doubts until one day he let go and for the first time, he felt present. But this isn't just his story. It's a mirror, because somewhere inside it reflects all of us. So let's begin today's story, Let Go, a Tale of Wisdom. Many years ago, a wise old carpenter named Cale lived in a small windswept town by the sea. He was known for his masterful hands, but also for his troubled mind. It was a bright, clear morning. The sun cast long shadows from the fishing boats on the shore. Seagulls cried in the distance and the air was filled with the scent of salt. But Cale was lost in a storm of his own making. He sat in his workshop, staring at a half-finished cabinet, his tools untouched. One of his young apprentices, a thoughtful boy named Liam, approached him cautiously. "Master," he said softly, "you seem troubled. Your mind is always somewhere else, replaying yesterday. How can I learn from you if you are never truly here?" The old carpenter looked up, his eyes clouded with worry. He sighed, a heavy, tired sound. "Liam," he began, "my mind is a maze of past mistakes. A choice I made long ago to stay here instead of seeking fortune in the big city. I see the ghosts of other lives I could have lived, and I'm paralyzed by the regret of what might have been." The wise old man's gaze was distant, lost in a past he couldn't change. "How do I escape this prison?" he whispered, more to himself than to the boy. Liam, who had learned much from the carpenter, not just about wood but about life, nodded thoughtfully. "Master Cale, come with me," he said, his voice gentle but firm. "Let's walk to the old lighthouse." They walked together along the coastal path. The sea breeze whipped at their clothes and the rhythmic crash of waves against the rocks was a constant drumbeat. At the base of the towering lighthouse, the wind was strong. Liam picked up a small, smooth piece of driftwood and handed it to Cale. "Hold this," he instructed and climbed to the top. Cale, puzzled but trusting the boy, clutched the driftwood and began the long, winding ascent up the lighthouse stairs. The climb was arduous. His legs grew tired and the hand gripping the wood began to cramp. By the time he reached the top, panting, his knuckles were white and his arm throbbed with a dull, persistent ache. He stepped out onto the narrow balcony, the wind roaring around him. "How does your hand feel, master?" Liam asked, his voice steady against the wind. Cale grimaced, flexing his stiff fingers. "It aches, Liam. The wood is light, but holding it so tightly for so long has made my entire arm sore." "It's a pointless pain," Liam pointed out towards the vast, endless ocean. "Now toss it into the sea," he said. Cale looked at the driftwood, then at the churning water below, and with a deep breath, he threw it as far as he could. He watched it disappear into a wave, gone forever. Instantly, he felt a wave of relief wash over him, not just in his hand but through his entire body. Liam smiled a knowing smile. "That's your answer, master," he said. "The pain wasn't from the past choice, the what if. It was from your grip, from holding onto it so tightly, replaying it day after day. You are not defined by the path you didn't take, but by the steps you take right now. The other paths are gone, like that driftwood in the sea. Letting go isn't about forgetting. It's about accepting." For the first time in years, Cale saw the beauty of the view from the lighthouse, not the ghosts of other shores. He felt the wind on his face, heard the cry of the gulls, and was simply there. The weight of what might have been was replaced by the lightness of what is. Because the heaviest burdens we carry are not our memories, but our regrets. And true freedom isn't found in changing the past, but in letting it go.